DAKY Whitetails, another episode of Chasing a Dream. What I want to talk about in this episode, I'm going to bounce around a little bit. It's going to be a little about everything. I talked about bodies, beers, and bows. And that's what I want to talk about in this one a little, I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to throw in a little about arrows. I've talked about broadheads before, and let me start off. First, I want to kick off this episode with a good friend of mine, Michael Bain, Michaelbaine. Michael Bain just put out an album. A friend of mine I hunted with in New Jersey just put out an album called Michael Bain, The Cloud. Check it out. He's on Facebook. He's on YouTube. Something else. And I got to get all the, what he's on, all these, but you could check him out because I know he's on Facebook and YouTube. So Michael Bain, The Cloud, check it out. Really good songs. You'll enjoy it. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, tell your friends about him. Really get him out there because the guy is really cool. If you listen to his words, they're true, and that's what I love about the guy. I feel proud as hell, that I know him, that I've hunted with him. It's really, really, really neat because this is a guy that I grew up hunting with. So check him out, Michael Bain, The Cloud. Okay, with that, what I want to talk about first, let me talk about arrows. I've talked about broadheads. And, let me touch real quick on that. I'm not going to go too much into depth. This is what I'm shooting this year, the Rocket Sidewinders. They're 1.5 inch cut. And what I like about them, twofolds. They're $12 for 3, which Rocket, and that's what I'm proud about Rocket, is they keep their broadheads at a realistic price. It's a good head. There's nothing. You could see where the tip of the broadhead is to where the arrows start right there. It's got a pretty good gap. So that means the broadhead is in the deer before the blades deploy. So it's on its path, and that's what I like. I got another set of broadheads right here. Let me show you. The Havoc. G5, the Havoc. I bought these, and the only reason I bought them because they were 19 bucks. I went to Dick's. I seen them in the counter, and they priced them down. They put them on sale. And I wish, if there was more, I would have bought more. And I'm gonna try them. But the only thing I don't like about them, they're like a 2-inch cut, and you can see it. How broad that is. That's a lot of cut to demand out of a 70-pound bow, and that to me is too much. Where these are borderline. These are 1.5 inches. You can see they're 1.5 inches cut. Let me see. Yeah, right there, 1.5 inches cut. But that I like, and they're held together by bands, and I have no problems with that because they will hold them close. Bottom line, they will stay closed. And when they hit, and how will they react to a real extreme, either quartering away or quartering to? No broadhead reacts really well to that unless it's a fixed head. But the bottom line to that is just don't take the shot. It isn't like that animal you're going to shoot is between you and eating. And if it is, you're going to get plenty of opportunities. That means if that's what it amounts to, then you can shoot anything. So wait for anything to come in, basically give you a broadside shot and shoot it. And that's what I feel. It's more waiting for your perfect, not your perfect, because I don't do that. But wait for your most optimum shot and take it. Don't take an extreme, because then that means you're expecting that broadhead to make up for what the hell you're going to do, and it's not fair to the animal. Okay, that's a little bit about the broadheads. Then again, you know, real quick, this is what I'm shooting. Rocket Sidewinders. I'll tell you more about how I think they'll perform because I'm going out to Kentucky in September, and I will do, you know, I'll tell you more about them. I'll see how they react. I've shot broadheads just like this. I've also, you know, I have shot these heads, and I like the way they work. The blades are fine. They're sharp. They're thick, and they hold up. You know, will they hold up when I shot them out of that through the shoulder? No, I busted the blades right off of it. I wish I still had them. I busted the blades when I had a Super Tech at 90. I hit him in the shoulder. I knocked the blades. I shattered the blades right off. I shot him with Thunderhead 100s. I knocked the blade off of one, destroyed a blade in the other. But when you do things like that, it's done its damage. But with the new bows, my Hoyt Charger, it performs. I like the way it performs. It's not real wide. My favorite head I do shoot, and I got them out in Kentucky, you know, and I'll show you them when I get out there, is the Meat Seekers. It's by Rocket. It's an inch and an eighth, and I have more argument with a, you know, that I can defend a thinner head, a smaller cutting head to a larger head, because if you hit a deer, if you hit a deer with an inch and an eighth or a 2-inch head, in the lungs, let me tell you something, they're both dead at the same time. But if you hit one funny, hit the shoulder with a 2.5 inch broad, it has a tendency to find its weakest point to go. But I'll talk more about that in another episode. So that's why I'm so adamant about these, the Rocket Sidewinders. Check them out, guys. You can find them on Amazon. There's a few, you know, get on YouTube or eBay. I apologize. Get on eBay. You can find these things. Basically $12 for 3 of them, not 44 or 40 or 50 or 60 bucks for 3. And they will perform. I've killed a lot of deer with these things. Check it out. Okay, from that to arrows now. I have a Full Metal Jacket right there. A buddy of mine, Frank. Thank you, Frank. I appreciate it. Loved it. Love the arrows. Nothing wrong with it. It's nice. It's expensive. It's basically 11.1 grams per inch. I have this one. It's a mossy oak. You can see it. This one here, 8.7 grains per inch. I have another one here, another mossy oak from, oh, I know it's upside down, but basically, but that's basically what it is. Another one with a 2-inch vein. This mossy oak has got a three, I guess that's a 3-inch vein, right? Hold on a second, guys. Yeah, closer to probably a 4-inch vein on that one. With the same with this. And I'm not trying to say, and trust me, I am not saying this is the way to go. Here's these arrows. I'm going to put them all, you know, where the tips are at. I'm going to take the tip off of this one. Hold on a second. Hold on. This is basically bottomed out. And you can see, it looks like a graph. All different sizes. And I hear people talking about, you know, cutting arrows. A good friend of mine, this guy John, just went and got arrows cut, you know, grain matched, all this stuff. Well, here's basically 4 arrows. 2 of them are really, really close. 2 more are, I mean, they go from 26.5 to almost a 31-inch arrow. I only shoot 30, a little over 30 yards. And I'm not saying that 30 yards is only. But let me tell you something. All 4 of these arrows hit the same spot when I'm shooting. I don't pay attention. I grab an arrow, I shoot it. I grab an arrow and I shoot it. At 30 yards, they all hit the same place. So if you're buying a full metal jacket like this one, no, not that one, this one right here. If you're buying a full metal jacket and you're telling yourself that arrow flies the best, or in these Walmart arrows right here fly like shit, that's bullshit. Because I shoot them all, and they all hit the same. I've killed 14 deer in the last 2 years. I don't know which arrow I hit them with, but I can tell you this: either does the deer, and I watched them all die. So obviously, not one of those arrows meant the hell of beans. I killed them. I also shot them with probably 5 different broadheads. I shot Schwackers, I shot Kill Zones, the double cuts, I shot Spitfires, I shot Meat Seekers. What else did I shoot? I shot another one. I forget what that 5th one was, but I shot them all. And I could tell you this, I killed them all too. I don't shoot far, but I'm also the person that says these bows aren't, that bow, I don't care if it's that one up on the wall or the one I got sitting in that bow case. That's a 80-pound VTech. That's a 70-pound Charger. It don't make a difference. You know, I mean, the only thing I can tell you about is that one there. I can get away with a bigger broadhead because I can drive it home. It's like driving a 10-penny nail with a 3-pound hammer instead of a little small finishing hammer. It drives it home. It's whack. That to me, that bow right there is my 300 Win Mag. That Charger over there is my 243 or a 30-30. Plenty of energy, plenty of drive. But that is a 300 Win Mag. That drives the bullet home. That one there, I got to be more conscious of the shot, where I want to hit it. It's not, does not have the punch of that one on the wall. And the same thing with these arrows. You know, I mean, I don't know. I've shot them all, and you know, do I have an argument about any one of them? No, I don't. I mean, the only thing I can tell you, if I do have one argument, is this full metal jacket. I feel more comfortable shooting it out of that bow right there because of the poundage. There's a lot of pressure on this arrow when it comes out of that bow right there compared to these other ones. And most archers now are shooting 50, 60, 65. We're even getting less with the 70. So, you know, you just got to be really, really careful. You know, just be real conscious of what you're shooting. You know, but as far as arrows are concerned, yeah, buy the best quality arrow you can afford. But don't be afraid just because you didn't go out and buy full metal jackets that you got a less of an arrow, because no, you don't. Because, excuse me, let me find it. Because this right here, I bought this mossy oak. I bought 25 of these for $1 a piece at Walmart at the end of the year. And I did the same thing with these mossy oaks right here. Where are they? With these mossy oaks right here. I bought as many as they had at the end of the year. I think I paid 50 cents a piece because they were at the end of the year. And I bought a boatload of them. And I killed a boatload of deer with these things. So, will I talk down about them? Hell no. They've killed as well as these right here, as these full metal jackets. I mean, do I feel these full metal jackets are a better arrow? I can tell you by holding it. It is. But, is it good enough for me to buy one over the other? No, it's not. And that's what I will not do. I buy what I can afford, and I feel there's a gray area where these things where you can afford and how much better they are compared to the top of the line. It ain't enough of a gap. The same thing with these broadheads. This broadhead right here was $12. These broadheads right here are 40. You know, if you buy them, I just happen to get them on sale. These are 40 bucks compared to 12. There's $4 a piece. These basically are $15 a piece. You know, a little less right here. So, but these are as good as these. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. It's like, it isn't like when I bought these, I bought garbage. I didn't buy garbage. I bought a quality broadhead that I can be confident with. I will shoot those rockets. I've shot them before. I've talked about it before. I love the rocket meat seekers. Check them out, guys. See what you think. Okay. Now that I went with basically the broadheads, the arrows, now I'm going to kick it up to the beers. I went out last weekend, my wife and I went to this bar. I got this beer called Mr. Wiggles IPA. You could see it right there. How many? What is it? That's 9.2%. That's an ass-kicking beer. But it wasn't, check it out, guys. It wasn't like it tastes like alcohol. And that's, I've had other beers where they did. It was kind of pretty hoppy, which I like. Check it out. Like I said, 9.2%. Good beer. Check it out. Mr. Wiggles. It's called the Double Dank IPA. And tell me what you think. You know, like I said, it was a good one. I got another one here. Wake and Bake. This one here is a 5.4%. I haven't even, you can see I haven't even opened it yet. I will check that out. The next time I get on this, I'll talk about Wake and Bake. It's, you can see it right there. It says a perky blonde with coffee. So I'm sure it's got some caffeine in it. The only good thing about it, when you're drinking a beer, you get there early, kick one in, and it'll, you know, give you a little boost. With that, DAKY Whitetails, Body Beers and Bows. I appreciate it, guys. If you like what you hear, if you'll hit the like button, hit the subscribe. Tell your friends about it so they can get on, so I can push this thing along. The more people I get on this thing, the more they subscribe, and I plan on kicking it up. I'm going out to Kentucky in September. I'm gonna really, you know, kick this thing in the ass. With that, DAKY Whitetails, Body Beers and Bows. Later, guys.